Almost fell. What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with the second entry of the June Vlog Challenge of 2020. Happy National Bubba Day. Is that what we decided? Bubba Day?
Yes.
I personally picked it because that's what my sisters, growing up, that's what they called me, was Bubba or Bubs or what have you. But it turns out that my sister does it to like any male, I guess, loving figure, because that's what she calls Levi, that's what she calls me, that's what she calls Lawton. So, yeah, so it's just a term of endearment. Kind of like I call Chandler like shithead.
Shitty.
Can I pet that dog?
Ooh.
Can I pet that dog? Don't bump into the chair, please. I don't think they cry.
Oh, shake that ball.
So, yeah, this is the second attempt. For some reason, I can't get these done on the first attempt, like, ever. So the first attempt, we pretty much got it wrapped up, and then the sun overheated my phone when I had it mounted in the car, so we decided to come out here in the shade in my backyard. And Chandler wants to play ball, because ball is life to this little boy. Can I pet that dog? I think it's so cute.
Can I please pet that dog?
You can go to bed. No, I want that dog. So, one thing we really talked about was talking crap on
Turd nugget?
the whole quarantine thing.
Yeah, it's been kind of ridiculous.
A little bit.
Because technically, he got a phone call from the health department this morning stating that we are free and clear of quarantine. But they told our employers that we couldn't go back to work until the 4th. So that's what all of our employers are planning on, is for us to be back on the 4th. But they cleared us of quarantine today, so I'm really confused as to why we can't go to work till the 4th. And why they told them the 4th. Like, I understand that he's been symptom-free long enough that he's technically not contagious anymore, but what's the point of a 2-week quarantine if you're going to change the date? Like, what? Like, why? And, like, I know that they told my employer 2 weeks from the day that I went home because I was standing right there when she talked to them. And then we turned around and looked at the calendar and figured out what day I was going to be back. And 2 weeks from the day that I had to leave work to quarantine would be June 3rd, which means that I could go back to work on June 4th, which is what his employer said in a text to him was, yeah, you have to quarantine 2 days from today. And then he said, yeah, so I'll be back on the 4th. And she said, okay, sounds good. Same with his other employer. He said, yep, I'm ready to come back to work on the 4th. And they said, okay. So, so we have 2 days where we're not quarantined?
I guess,
kind of?
technically. So that means we can go oot and a boot tomorrow.
Yeah, we went to the grocery store today. It was fun.
Yeah, I was like, okay. They sent me an email talking about, I mean, I just wish they would get their act together, because this whole entire thing has been kind of a shit show on ice in certain avenues, because they told us that we had to sign like a legally binding document. Didn't y'all miss those damn trains? Every summer I miss those trains.
Chandler. Gross.
But that I would have to sign a legally binding document. She would have to sign it, Casey would have to sign it, that we wouldn't quarantine, or that we wouldn't leave the house during quarantine for the 2 weeks that we were supposed to.
And that's supposed to be the legally binding document because it is a federal offense to leave your house in the middle of a quarantine when the country is in a state of emergency.
Yep.
And it's punishable by law. You can be arrested, although they're not really trying to put a whole bunch of people in jail right now because, virus.
Drop it.
Or you can risk like $1,000 fine, I think is what our state is doing. But yeah, so technically we were never legally bound to stay in the house because I didn't sign anything.
I mean, I didn't sign anything, and then the mailman, that was, because you're supposed to sign it for the mailman, and he's supposed to take it like directly.
Yeah, it's a 4-letter.
He just left oh, sorry we missed you, slip in our mailbox.
And we didn't miss him. I was sitting on the couch. I saw him come in the reflection of the TV. I knew he was there. He never rang the doorbell. He never knocked on the door.
No.
I didn't go up and open the door and talk to him because, well, we were contagious. So weird. Yeah. Then we checked the mail later. There was a freaking sorry we missed you note in there. And we were terrified that we were going to get in trouble because it looked like we broke quarantine when we didn't.
Yeah.
In fact, we are probably, quite possibly, one of the most, rule-following people.
Yeah. I do it by choice. She does it by
No, I'm a rule follower.
Nature.
Yeah. I'm definitely a rule follower. I was a goody two shoes pretty much my entire life.
I do it because I try to take the repercussions of if I did something stupid, if I did something illegal, did something wrong, and what the consequences would be if I did get caught, if I did do this, if I did do that. So I'm just like, sometimes the pros definitely outweigh the cons on following the rules.
I am really good at finding loopholes, though, to do things that most people say are against the rules, and I find a loophole to make it fit in the rules. Like exactly. So they told him that we had to stay on our property, we couldn't leave our house, and I was like, that is bull honky, because a car is an extension of your property. So as long as you're not getting out of your vehicle or having any contact with the public, then you can go for a drive. It's okay.
Yeah.
We went to Sonic during the quarantine to get drinks because it was $13 to have 2 drinks delivered, and like $16 if you had 3 drinks delivered. It was crazy. But we went to Sonic. I drove because he was still technically contagious. We both wore a mask. We both had our hand sanitizer. Like, we were super safe about it. I did not, you know how Sonic is. The car hops stand pretty far away from your window, so we didn't break social distancing. Oh, Chandler! It's the slobberiest dog I've ever had.
He's so cute.
So technically my loophole there was that the car is an extension of our property, and I didn't actually have any contact with the public. So
Exactly.
and we ordered on the app, so we didn't have to touch the button either.
No, I just pulled my phone, I was there, and then this little 16-year-old girl came out and gave us our drinks, and that was the only that's the most human contact I've had with anybody outside of who lives in this household in a while.
Yeah.
But even today we went and picked up lunch, and then we went and got some ingredients because I'm cooking dinner. I cooked dinner last night, and it actually turned out pretty good. She's my witness. Jess was hard to read, but I think she didn't like it because she was being
Yeah. Jess is our best friend, and she's the pickiest eater I've ever met in my life.
Absolutely.
I'm the cook in the house usually, and I love making weird dishes. I really love the train.
I hate that train.
I like to just experiment with what I have in my pantry or in my fridge, and I make some weird stuff. That's just me.
Yeah.
And I don't use recipes at all. My dad was a chef who never used a recipe. And he always told me that cooking is like chemistry. And while recipes are helpful, in order to find the best ones, you have to add your own ingredients. And you go by taste and by smell and by texture. And visually appealing too. I mean, when you're cooking at home, that's not really a big deal, but you do want it to be visually appealing too. And so I have learned what Jess likes and what she doesn't like because I've been cooking for her for over 2 years. When she comes to the house or when she lived with us, And when Colin told me pizza Hasselback chicken, and I was like, that can go one way or the other. She's not going to like the pizza on the chicken thing. That's going to be weird. She doesn't like chicken with pizza. So that might not work. But the way that a Hasselback is made, it would be easy enough for her to pull the pizza part off of it, and then it would just taste like a grilled chicken Parmesan. So I think it'll be okay. And she ate half the breast. She did pull the pepperoni off and eat it on the side.
Yeah.
She has a weird thing about meats mixing together. She doesn't like her meats mixed together. So
no turducken.
I don't think she hated it. She ate her whole half.
Yeah.
I don't think she hated it, but I don't think she would want to make it again.
Nah, and then I told her the other Hasselbeck recipes that I found on, actually Tasty is where I get most of my recipes. And she's like, oh, that sounds good, that sounds good. That one doesn't sound too good. So it's like, so next time I make it, again, Hasselbeck, I might do the barbecue bacon one that I found. That sounded really good. Because Jess was like, you give me barbecue sauce, I'll eat that shit all day. So I was like, all right, good to know.
Loves barbecue sauce.
So anything with barbecue, Chandler, do not knock into that chair. I beg you, son. I beg you, do not knock into that chair.
He just wants to show everybody his wiggle butt.
Look at that.
Look at that wiggle butt.
Look at that.
Look at that wiggle
Can I put that
butt.
down?
You are disgusting.
Yeah, can you sit for me? You sit. Oh.
What happened?
People.
What was that?
Woo!
Oh, there goes.
Woo!
Having a beagle is so much fun.
But
Hey,
yeah, so tonight I'm cooking again. I'm cooking something that, because last night was kind of like a bucket list item for me, because like, I mean, I've always grown up with people that can cook in the house, and I've always wanted to really like dive deep into it and like try cooking on my own. And so far I'm 3 for 3. So
He's done good.
I'm good. So tonight let's see if we can make it 4 for 4, and not a Wendy's 4 for 4. Oh my God, that would have been perfect.
The ball bounced off the patio and
It bounced into the freaking
hit the
chair.
Drop
You had to
it.
twist her head.
I did it.
You got to exorcist the beagle to get the ball out.
Gosh. Go get it.
But
Oh God.
so tonight I'm making sloppy Joe sliders with potato wedges, Parmesan garlic potato wedges, and then she's making a badass sugar-free banana pudding
Yep.
with sugar-free wafer, like the cookies.
Yeah,
not the
instead of
cookies.
using Nilla wafers, because I couldn't find sugar-free Nilla wafers, I'm going to make a layer at the bottom with the vanilla wafer cookies that, you know, the ones that have the cream in the middle.
The simple Ricks, if
yeah,
you will.
yeah. And,
Made of lies. Made from lies.
And I'll put those as a layer on the bottom, and then I'll put my banana pudding, and then I'll put my bananas. So I think it'll be good. I think it'll be fine. Oh, my Fitbit's telling me that I need to walk more.
Yeah, mine says I only got 20 more steps for 10 minutes.
Yeah, but we exceeded like 90% of our goals last week.
Yeah,
so.
we did. But yeah, so I'm gonna give that a shot, and it looked really good. It looked really simple. I'm starting with like the simple recipes right now, and then maybe I'll work my way to like cooking sirloin and stuff like that. But I don't want to, turn the stove on too much because it gets too hot. If that makes sense. I don't want to.
Ours actually does.
Ours. Oh my God, it does.
The
like,
front right burner.
Like I timed it. I made mac and cheese on that burner yesterday, and it's like, oh, you need to let it sit for like 7.5 minutes for the water to boil. Hell, it was done in 5.
Yeah, our front right burner, which, I mean, I've learned a way around it. The way that our kitchen is set up, we have our fridge is right up next to the stove. So it's difficult to cook on the front left burner because there's nowhere for the handle to go. If you're right-handed, like Colin could probably handle it just fine, but
I'm a lefty for those of you
to
that
be
didn't know.
right-handed, I want to hold my pot or my pan with my left hand and stir and saute with the right, and I can't do that on that burner. So, because of where the fridge is, so I cook on the front right burner, and the front right burner does not have a low. You can tell it that you want it on low, and it's still going to be hot. It stays the same temperature no matter whether you have it on low, medium, or high. So, which is kind of difficult if you're trying to do something that's a little bit more, that you need a little bit more technique with. But when I was first learning to cook and first practicing to cook, I cooked everything on high because I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to. So, I mean, I kind of found a way around it. And then also if I'm cooking something and it starts to get too hot, like eggplant, you really have to make sure that the pan doesn't get too hot. And so then I'll just turn it off and remove it from the heat till it cools down, then put it back. I mean, one day we'll get a new stove.
We definitely need one. And it's funny though, because you even look at that stove, like I guess the door's kind of loose. You even look at the stove, like the light inside of the oven. Bullshit. The light inside of the oven, it just told me I took 20 steps.
That's because you're doing this.
Oh, come on. The meadow. They were just,
Well, it told me the other day that while I was doing laundry, I was swimming. So.
yeah, because she was sitting on the bed. Shut up, Doug! She was sitting on the bed, and then she was like pulling laundry and doing this and that, and then like moving behind her and moving and stuff like that. So they counted, I guess, like a backstroke or something.
It said 47 minutes of swimming. It said, congratulations, your Fitbit has detected your exercise. 47 minutes of swimming. And I was like, I wish, but no.
Yeah, and Jesus, homie. Hi. So, in all honesty, I was really excited how it turned out yesterday. I don't know, because like the first bite that I took of that chicken, I was like, oh no, because I got the smallest part, obviously, because the fillet works its way up, and it does like a football shape, where it's really pointy and then it goes up. And the first bite I did not enjoy. I was like, oh god. And then as I got to eat more of the cheese and the pepperoni and the marinara sauce. I was like, oh, okay, this isn't too bad. It's actually pretty good. I actually enjoyed it. My hands still smell like pepperonis, and I've washed them multiple times since last night. But that doesn't.
You are disgusting.
It doesn't
son.
matter. I thought you were telling me I'm disgusting. I washed
No,
my hands.
Our son's beard is mud.
Small is life, Mom. And then I also just made just mac and cheese and corn on the side. Are you trying to rack me? I think you're really trying to rack me. And then she got a watermelon for me last week, and I just now got around to it, to cutting it last night. So I cut that up and kind of served that as a dessert. Her, Casey, and I had some of that. Jess didn't. She said that she has to be in the mood for watermelon. I'm like, I kind of get that. I got to be in the mood for certain food. Like this morning, I just woke up and I was like, you know what sounds good? Jimmy John's. I really want Jimmy John's. And so, ask any shall receive, because that's what we have for lunch today. He's not a drama queen at all. He's not.
He's my baby boy drama queen.
And yeah, so tonight, like I said, we're doing the Sloppy Joe sliders, and we'll see how that turns out. I'm really excited about that. One thing that in recent news, what?
Oh, your ring.
Oh, yeah, it falls off these days. There's the giant summer tour that got canceled the last couple of days. It was the Def Leppard, Motley Crue, Joan Jett, and I'm missing a band. Who am I missing? Damn, that's gonna drive me crazy. I'll figure it out.
Poison?
Poison. I can't believe I missed Poison. That's like the third greatest band on the lineup. But anyway, they canceled their entire. They didn't cancel. They postponed it until next summer, which really sucks because I had some family and friends that were actually going to go to those shows, and it just sucks because I couldn't imagine like booking tickets in advance for the Kiss concerts that I've gone to, one in Albuquerque, the other in Lubbock, and them just canceling it. I would have been devastated, especially the Albuquerque one, because that's the first time I've seen them in a couple of years. Yeah, it's only 17 and 19.
Oh yeah. Okay.
They had a little one-off show that they did for the Kiss World Tour back in 2017 in Dallas, and I packed up the wife and we went, and yeah, it was cool. It was just Kiss, no opening lineup, no opening band or anything. It was just Kiss, and this is kind of how it was in Albuquerque.
You're so dirty.
Except they had a painter, which was actually really cool.
Come here.
It wasn't as lame as I thought it was going to be in Albuquerque
Sit.
last year.
Okay, you have to. No, come here. Come here. Sit. Okay, turn around.
Turn around.
Stop. I'm not putting your harness on. Quit lifting your paw. Look at this filthy creature. Look at this.
Look at me.
His whole chin is brown.
And he's smiling.
You're filthy.
He's not worried about it. But David Lee Roth got to open up, which is cool. He was actually on my bucket list of artists I wanted to see live, so I got to see that, and that was interesting. But anyway, I just feel for the people that have these summer plans and everything, and it turns out that it's not going to work. But we'll see what happens as the months go by. If more people are going to cancel their shows, that would really suck. But yeah, so that's all I have to say about that.
Did you talk about National Bubba Day?
I did.
Okay.
At the very beginning.
I couldn't remember if that was in this film or in this filming or the other.
We didn't even get to it in the last one.
No.
We didn't get to it at all.
Oh, Chandler, you got mud all over my clean pants.
So like what I was trying to say is I'm going to try to do a national day every day. So like yesterday was Olive Day, and then today I could have picked between Rocky Road and Bubba Day. And I think a couple years ago I did Rocky Road, so I decided to go someplace else.
Well, what were the other ones? Oh, Rotisserie Chicken Day and
Day.
National Leave the Office Early Day.
And I was like, well, I left the office a month ago. And I'm still gone. I'll be back soon, though. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about, unless there's something else you want to talk about today. Anything in particular. The rest of the day we have planned is we're going to put the food together for the spare bedroom and cook dinner. And I think that's pretty much all we have for the rest of the day. Am I right?
I'm cleaning out here.
Oh, cleaning out. Jesus Christ. Anyway, all right, guys. So we're going to get out of here. Thank y'all so much once again for dropping by. I greatly appreciate you guys. And always remember my little piglets call it Pork Chop. Loves y'all the most. So y'all take it easy, guys. And I will see y'all next time. And I'm going to do a little awkward pause because I have to get up and turn the camera off. So, bye, guys.
Bye. Chandler doesn't want to say hi to your piglets.